Rosalind. Welcome to my YouTube channel and actually my first ever YouTube video. Hopefully many more to come because I'm hoping to use my channel to document the renovation of our first home, the home that I've just bought with my fiancé Karim. So yeah, we have very recently purchased a early 1900s 3-bedroom semi, which is a bit of a project, which you'll see. But yeah, we've purchased this home as our first home. We were first-time buyers after having previously spent about 7.5 years renting in London, and we're now back in our hometown in Sussex in our first home. So yeah, this video will include footage from our completion day where we got the keys. So it's sort of as we found the house, day one. Apologies in advance for crimes against content creation when it comes to the footage. I was a bit camera shy, I think, and I didn't really feel confident enough on the day to be sort of presenting to camera. So we've just got sort of video footage, a walk around tour of the house, sort of cobbled together with audio that I've narrated afterwards. So it's not the best, so apologies, bear with me. I think going forward I'll just get over my sort of camera shyness and just have Karim film me and just present to camera for future update videos. But yeah, just bear with me because there are moments where the narration doesn't perfectly align, so I might be talking about something and it's not on the screen, it's like a few seconds later, so there's all of that. But yeah, just I guess before going into the walking tour, just a tiny bit of context. So yeah, we've bought this house, it's our first home. In the process of looking for a house, pretty much my only non-negotiable was that I wanted to buy a period property. I absolutely love old houses. I love original features, so all of like the fireplaces and the high ceilings, cornicing, bay windows, all of that was what I wanted, and I was sort of quite prepared to compromise on pretty much anything else, but just not the age of the property. So when we actually started looking seriously at properties, we were just scrolling through the Rightmove listings, and I saw the listing for this house and sort of said, stop, pause, let's take a look at this house. And pretty much it was a done deal for me from the listing. I fell in love with it after just seeing the photos from the listing. We did one viewing in person, where it's funny actually, so it was the January of this year, so it was sort of the depths of winter, and the estate agent at the time of our viewing, which should have been sort of lunchtime or very early afternoon, initially couldn't get the front door open for our viewing. The door just was completely sort of jammed and we couldn't get into the property. So the estate agent said to us, look, you're going to have to bear with me and I'm going to have to go and do my other appointments and come back with a can of WD-40, and then hopefully with the WD-40 we can actually get you in to do the viewing. And we did get in, but by this time it was the evening, it was dark, there was no electrics on the property because everything had been cut off. So we did our first viewing in the dark with phone torches. But yeah, for me, like I said, I knew I could really see it. I could really see the vision. I could really see the end result for this house. And by all means, it is not there. It is nowhere near. We've got quite a project on our hands, as you'll see from the footage. But yeah, one viewing in person, second viewing hosted by my family on our behalf. But yeah, I wasn't going to be deterred. I had it in my head. I'm an emotional person. So for me, it was quite an impulsive sort of romantic, almost attachment to the house that I formed. I just knew that I wanted the house, and luckily everything did work out. Obviously we had a full survey and all of that, but it's all worked out and we've got the keys and we own it and it's our house. So I hope you enjoy the footage from move-in day, which is as we found the property, and we hope to do a bit of a series on my YouTube channel where we'll give little updates as we go through the sort of full renovation of the property. So yes, enjoy. This is the house from the front, so from the street view. We've got a traditional front door with some stained glass detailing and a fan light. And then we have a tiny little area in the front, which I'm not really sure what we'll do with. And then we have these really lovely double bay windows on the front, which we really like, which needs some love and attention. If we come in through the front door, this is the view you get when you open the front door of the hallway. We were really keen on, I was really keen on getting a house with its own hallway downstairs. For some reason, I'm just not too keen on houses where the front door opens like directly into a room, like into the lounge. So that was a big plus for us. And then on your right as you come in is the lounge, which has some really nice traditional and original decorative cornicing at the top. And obviously the bay window. And this, very annoyingly, is the only room in the whole house that doesn't have its original fireplace. So as you can sort of see here, the fireplace is a newer one that's been obviously put in at a later point. So we would look to restore that with like a salvaged Victorian fireplace, which will match more with the other ones, which we'll see as we go through. But it's a good sized lounge. And then if you come back into the hallway, obviously you've got your stairs going up in front of you, and we really liked this sort of detailing above the stairs as well in the wooden feature. And here is a closed off doorway, we believe, which would have actually been the entrance into the dining room, but it's been sealed off, so we'd look to open that back up eventually. And we really like the balustrading. And then in front of you, off the hallway, is the kitchen, which we're just going to completely rip out and completely redo. We don't really like anything about this kitchen. So yeah, this will have a lot of work in this room. But this is the kitchen currently. And then quite peculiarly is this door off the kitchen, which then takes you into the dining room. Again, really nice cornicing running around the top, and the high picture rail, high ceilings, and then these are just sort of UPVC doors in the room, which go out then into the garden. Eventually we would look to have those redone in timber, so in traditional sort of wooden timber finish. And what we'll also do is seal off that door that goes into the kitchen and reopen what we think is the more traditional layout, is to have the entrance off the hallway into the dining room. But we have a sort of side area here. It's just got the bins at the moment, but yeah, that's an extra bit of garden, I guess. And then if we come back through our current kitchen, this is where it gets a bit interesting. So, because this house was a student let, we believe that is why it's got this quite funky little thing going on in the back of the kitchen. So off the kitchen, you've got just this room just with your toilet in, and no door, interestingly, so just a toilet and no door. And then to the other side, you've got a shower room. Yes, so this will be going. Obviously, I think the plan is just to sort of rip all of that out, that shower room, and claim that back as kitchen, and then probably change the toilet room into a utility, I think is the plan. And then we've got this not so lovely conservatory then coming off the kitchen, which isn't our favourite thing. So eventually this will just go and we'll just win back the extra garden. And this is our garden. We've got Karim on the phone, I think, trying to get the electrics on. Good sized garden, pear tree, and then this humongous holly bush, which is just the most overgrown, crazy thing ever. So I think we'd look to get rid of the holly bush, just to get more sun and have a nicer view from the dining room. But I think the pear tree will stay. And then if we come back through, just so you can see coming in from the garden, how things look. So in through the kitchen. And the plan as well, long term, will be to use this space, which is a really good space under the stairs. It's currently just got our electrics in, so to box that all in, that the electrics, and actually have a under the stairs loo, like a little cloakroom loo in there. Because downstairs loos, they do add a lot of value to a property. So that would be good longer term, and just handy just to have another one downstairs. Yeah, that's the lovely sort of wooden detailing that we love, just going over the stairs there. Kind of Brighton inspired of Brighton Pavilion almost in the little pattern. And then if you go up the stairs, we've got 3 bedrooms. We'll start with the back room, which is the smallest of the 3 bedrooms. Bit of a box room. I'd say you could get a small double in here at a push. You wouldn't have room for much else. So it would just be your double if you wanted to put that in, but we would more likely use this as an office, I'd say. But yeah, you've got your lovely original fireplace, your cast iron, and then your wood surround, and this little pokey window looking out over the garden and the pear tree. And nice that it's got the fan light over the door as well. I quite like that. But it's just the smallest of the 3 bedrooms. And then our bathroom situation is interesting as well, because it's in 2 parts. You've got this room, which houses the bath. It's a combined bath shower at the moment, and then basin. Not really best utilising the space. And then immediately next door on the other side, you've got in here a standalone toilet in there. So, I mean, might work for some. I think our plan though is to actually knock this through and make it into a single family upstairs bathroom. So we would knock through, and if we can, I'd really love a 4-piece suite. So I'd love freestanding shower, bath, obviously toilet and basin, if we can make it work in the space. Yeah, just thought I would show this. This is a lovely original, I guess, airing cupboard. I really like it. We'll definitely keep it. It's got our immersion heater, our immersion water tank at the moment, but I think we're planning to replace all of that with a new combi boiler. So we'd win back that as storage for towels and, linen. And just coming in now to our 2nd bedroom. So this would be, I guess, like the spare room. Again, it's got the lovely traditional original fireplace with those nice blue tiles, cast iron, and the wood surround, with some quite simple sort of carvings on the wood. This is a better size. You'd comfortably get a double bed in here, and then a chest of drawers or some other furniture. And then finally is the master bedroom. So this is the largest of the 3 bedrooms, and a really good size room. So we're really lucky to be getting a room with these sort of proportions. Also in the master bedroom, you've got 2 of the original windows, which are box sash timber windows, which we will need to have a think about what we do here, because the front facade of our house is actually protected under a conservation order. So it just means we have to maintain the appearance of the front of the house, the entire front facade, which obviously includes the windows. Which is great, because I think that's a good thing, that it's preserving the windows. Is obviously one of the reasons we fell in love with the house. But the negatives is that we have really thin single glazing in the windows, so we'll probably need to look to get secondary glazing installed. And then here as well, we've got another original fireplace, quite a grand one with green tiles this time, and then a high picture rail running all along the top. But that's the master bedroom. And then this is another view if you were coming out from the master bedroom of the upstairs hallway. and then back down the stairs. And that's everything.